Michala Brasseur, as always, good to see you. Welcome back to Popternative.
Thank you for having me. I love being here, man. Thank you so much.
I really appreciate it. I have to look at the leaderboard. I mean, I think this is like you're up there. I think this is like your our third or fourth interview.
I think it's our fourth. Is it our fourth?
I think so.
I think so. Let's go.
it's
Rack
crazy.
them up.
I mean, season 5 of Shoresy on Christmas, more
Yes.
episodes. I know when you kind of sign on to a project, there's this idea that maybe you will be able to play this character for more seasons, but like, is it starting to sink in that you've been Pam for like 5 seasons? It's pretty crazy.
I've been there since the beginning. And honestly, it's like I'm so grateful. I feel so blessed. Like the show has reached so much success.
Yeah.
And currently, right now, the boys are doing the hockey tours, and we are selling out like major arenas. Like the
Yeah.
fans are wonderful.
Yeah.
People love the show, and I think I'm just so like grateful to be there since day one. And she's also grown so much, and even in this new season coming up on Christmas, like it's just more growth.
Yeah.
Like each season, it's more and more and more growth.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I just love doing the show. Yeah. It's been a while.
It has been.
It's been a while.
It has been, and I kind of want to know because at some point, I mean, Shoresy is a hockey show. Everyone was talking about the fact that people saw Shoresy, in some Letterkenny episodes, and
Yeah.
those were Letterkenny episodes that were not like they weren't fully about hockey, right? That they would have
Yeah.
scenes with Shoresy that are about hockey. Shoresy is a hockey show, I will say,
Yeah.
which is interesting, and I'm wondering what your reaction to this was. Like, they had a season where it was about the off season, and there's some
Yeah.
stuff that like has been diving into that's like not just about hockey and on the ice. Like, what was your reaction when they were going that route a little bit with the show?
I think what the root was is just showing the what it's like just to be an athlete. Like I think why the show is also so popular, like yes, it is a hockey show. But anybody who grew up playing sports, again, my brothers played sports. Like I grew up in a small town in Saskatchewan, so that was really prevalent. Like that's when you're in that community and you're in that world, like that's what it's like. And we're trying to show a real life version of what it's like to be an athlete, to be be a part of a team,
Yeah.
right? Because there's so many ups and downs, and it's bigger than just hockey,
Yeah.
right? There's love, and there's just so many other themes to explore. Um, in the show, and I think Jared does a really good job of writing the other themes of the show. Because we just wanted to have heart, like because hockey has a lot of heart.
Yeah.
Being an athlete, you have to have a lot of heart. And I think the
Absolutely.
show does a really good job at balancing, both of that, because I don't think you can have a show in any sports show without having that heart,
100%.
right?
And it's interesting because this is kind of like a general question, but like you could answer this with being on Shoresy, but I feel like, yourself and myself, like it all started the same, right? Like being creatives and being
Yeah,
storytellers. We like saw our favorite TV shows and movies when we were younger, and we were like, I want to do this, right? In some capacity.
yeah.
And do you feel like you watch things differently now that you know how that it's being made? Like I think
Oh, a hundred
yeah.
percent. You know what? And I know you're such a horror fan, and I get so scared so easily. And now it's like whenever I watch any type of horror movie, I'm like, it's okay, because I know what's happening. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
had the best coping mechanism with horror movies growing up that I will share with you. This was like my favorite thing. I was getting so scared. PG-13, right? I was like, let's go. I can go to all of them. So Helen, my sister, brought me
yeah,
to all of them, right? It
yeah,
was like a horror movie tour. You know what I
I
mean?
love this.
So I would go see all of them: Amityville Horror, Dark Water, House of Wax, like all of them. And I
Yeah,
remember specifically like Amityville Horror and The Grudge scared the heck out of me. Like they were so scary.
it's
But how I
terrifying.
coped with it was I was like thinking about the fact that it's like these actors are actors in other things that aren't scary. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
like aren't crazy. Like it's not
yeah,
real. So like with The Grudge, I
yeah,
was like, oh, it's Sarah Michelle Gellar, it's Buffy. It's
yeah,
fine. It's not real. You know what I mean? Amityville
yeah,
Horror. It's Ryan Reynolds. It's Matt Wilder. That's how I
yeah.
coped with it.
Absolutely. And I think that's like in terms of everyone, like yes, I played Pam on the show, and what's crazy it's like, going to like sports events or whatever and getting recognized, like that's a new feeling for me where I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Because to me, I'm just Michala,
Yeah.
right? And it's like when I'm shooting in Sudbury, I'm Pam and I put that on. But there's like also like Pam is so close to, I think when I booked it, because she's from, again, a small town, I think the reason why I booked it and why Jared was kind of drawn to me with the casting is because I grew up in that environment. Like I didn't have to, there wasn't a lot of prep because I just knew what this was.
Yeah.
It was
Absolutely.
almost like a past self of mine
For
that I had to
sure.
tap into.
What is the preparation like, knowing that like there's going to be different storylines with Pam and she's going to have kind of relationships, interactions with different characters over the seasons? Like, what's that like for you? Because we meet Pam in
Yeah.
like season one as like a waiter at a waitress at the
Yeah.
bar and everything,
Yeah.
and then a lot of other things happen. There's the whole like
Yeah, I
Terry
think with
relation.
my storyline with Terry, I think that first season, like I remember wrapping that and Terry's just so funny.
Mhm.
He's just so funny. And I remember he kept making me laugh during takes and I think Jared saw that. And I remember he came up to me after, he's like, I know exactly what I'm gonna do with you. I know exactly where your character is going.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I was like just so grateful. I was like, oh my gosh, are you bringing me back? Like, are you what? And I think it was just so, yeah, it was just so, he just kind of knew right away from our, dynamic what
Yeah.
he was going to do. But also, you know, what I appreciate about Jared, there's a couple times because I have been in the seasons for, since day one that now if there's a couple of storylines where Jared's thinking of for me, he'll give me a call,
Yeah.
and I really appreciate that because a lot of times like it is no shock to me when I go in, like, and a lot of times that's not the case. So it's really nice to get a heads up to be like, hey, Aaron, what's your opinion? What do you think of this? Like, to get my take on things, I think is just so it's just a bit of a privilege that not a lot of actors get, and I'm really
Absolutely.
grateful for that.
For sure. And I do find it interesting as well because, there's so many different ways we're consuming media, TV, and film, right? Specifically with,
All the time, yeah.
TV shows, there's the week to week drops, the traditional drops, right? Where you wait week to
Yeah,
week for an episode, and there's like they all drop at once so you can binge them. I
yeah,
know as an actor, you're present, you're not thinking of much, but like kind of playing Pam and everything
yeah.
and being like dialed in. But are you aware or conscious of the fact that there are many ways people are going to be watching the show that you're making? Like, do you ever think about that? Because it's interesting, right?
It blows my mind the age demographic of like the amount of people watching this show, and there's different, people can relate to it in so many ways. I think that's more surprising to me. I mean, we're in an age though where technology is so in our faces.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's it, it also helps as any creator, right? It helps promote the show,
Yeah.
right? Like whenever I'm on Instagram or whatever and I see, Shoresy clips, like that's what tracks the show to maybe have a larger audience,
Yeah.
right? To like actually expand it, because some people they don't have Crave. Some people they don't have, Hulu. Which like go get Crave and go get Hulu. What are you doing?
Shoresy.
But
Yeah.
but sure, Zilma, what are you doing?
Of course.
But I think it helps branch out because it also makes people curious,
Mhm.
right? When they see a clip online and they go, "Oh, that's really funny. Oh, I want to download Crave. Oh, I
Yeah.
want to I want to watch this show." Right? So I think it helps actually target a larger audience,
Yeah.
right? And we have to use what's available to us. It's so available to us, so why not take advantage of it and use it,
Yeah. 100%.
right?
Yeah, no, totally. And then also before we wrap up, I do want to ask you about another
Yeah.
project that, had a Toronto screening in
Yeah.
Toronto in September called Masterpiece. And I do kind of
Yes.
want to ask a little bit about the kind of process and preparation where you get this script and there's a lot kind of going on element wise. And I'm
Yeah.
wondering, how do you balance like, okay, what is my character going through and dealing with, right? And then
Mhm.
what is the overall kind of plot and storyline for this whole film? Because it is an ensemble cast. Those are two separate things. Do they feel like two separate things when you're preparing for it? Or does it feel like one, like your stuff and the overall storylines?
I I always think of myself as I am one little piece of the puzzle,
Mhm.
right? So I focus just majority of myself,
Mhm.
right? So when I was and it was a monster of a script, I was in every scene, 'cause I led the charge for that film, like,
Yep.
everything that's happening in that film happens to my character,
Yep.
right? So, I had to really go through and I dissected that script with, like, a fine-tooth comb, like, I worked on it every day. That was, like, one of the projects that I've done recently where I put the most amount of work into it. I really sat with it. I was calling the director. I was making a playlist. I was like, thinking of movement, thinking of the look, the vibe, like everything about it. Just because there was so much. The whole premise of the script is basically I don't want to give it away, but my character um, is having an affair, and basically my partner is hosting a dinner for me. He's going to propose,
Mhm.
and everybody is now at this party that shouldn't maybe be at this party, and everything kind of explodes. So,
Yeah.
and it's super fun, and it
It's an
was a
ensemble
comedy
cast
too.
too. There's a lot of cool performances. Yeah.
Yes, and the actors were absolutely phenomenal.
Mhm.
Like we all adored each other. It was one of those projects where just everything clicked. It was an actual like honor. I think was some of my best work. It was just if I could go back and redo that film over and over and over again, I would.
Yeah.
It was just such an amazing experience. It challenged me. Every day I was working, and
Mhm.
I was in almost every scene or on every day, and I had to be in such a state because it happens in one day. So imagine just holding almost anxiety and like like what's happening like throughout the whole script of like, and that's where a lot of the prep work came from, is like, okay, well, what's this moment, like what level is she at here, because it takes place in one day, so how can I stretch that along,
Yeah.
throughout the whole performance. And I had to know where I was. Because as you know, you shoot out of order, right? Same with Shoresy. You
Absolutely.
always shoot out of order.
Yeah.
So it's like, where am I here specifically? Because that's one little puzzle piece. And then over here is one little puzzle piece. So
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, I have to just know all these tiny little pieces and paint them and color them, and so that they can just fit perfectly where it needs to be
Your
in
passion
the
and
film.
like dedication to this stuff is
Ah,
incredible. Like it's so cool to hear you talk
thank
about
you so
this.
much. I love it, man. If I could,
Yeah.
I want to do it all day, every day. I love it.
Absolutely. And on Crave, Christmas, new episodes of Shoresy, season
Christmas.
5. They could check you out, check it out as you as Pam,
Yep.
returning. Michala, always great chatting with you. Thanks so much for your
Oh,
time.
lovely to chat with you. I always love coming here. I have the best time.
No problem. And they should look out because in a couple of days there might be something cool dropping and it might or might not be involving a
There
magazine.
might be something pretty cool dropping.
Pretty cool. Absolutely.
Just
Well,
throwing it into the space.
for sure. Well, this has been Pop Turner, youtube.com/PopTurner previous episodes. Till next time, this is Michala Brasseur and Peter Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.